So yeah, hi. Got my hair cut. Got many of my hairs cut, as the old joke goes. Yeah, it's about 4 inches off of everything. Maybe a little bit more in the front. So I have a 4-head again, or possibly a 5-head. It's about how many fingers fits up there. And welcome to the Wednesday Troubadork show number. You know what? I need to update the show number. I was going to update it earlier, and this is a true story. I was in the process of getting ready to update it. However, I couldn't make the number that it showed up here at the top match what's in my notebook. I had actually skipped over a number in my notebook. Right around show number 2006. Yeah, something right in there. I just messed up. So, now they match. Thank you. This is the shortest I honestly, pre-pandemic, this is about where I wanted it to be. In 2018, okay, rambling. 2018, I had a show that I auditioned for called By Our Hands, a post-apocalyptic stage combat extravaganza. But it's post-apocalyptic, which means that you want to be unkempt and hairy and so disheveled and stuff. And we actually, makeup to make schmutz on my face and stuff like that. So I had my hair long for for a good chunk of 2018. Got it cut after that. And then the last time I got my hair cut prior to this was in September of 2020. Before that, the last time I got my hair cut was in September of 2019. So I'm beginning to catch up. Yeah, it's So here's my head, much lighter. You probably back when I was actually working Scarborough, I had it cut short, this short, and also much more shorter on the sides. However, with the things that were happening in politics, we decided that a large burly man with tight razor cut on the sides and poofy hair up the top might not be the most approachable appearance for somebody that looks like me. There we go. Now we have just mostly a quote normal guy haircut. But anyway, all digressing aside, I took today off, and that's one of the reasons why I got to get my hair cut. It was like me and the 2 stylists were the only 3 people in the building, so we were pretty safe there. And we're going to start, as I said I would, with this one, because Ruth called it just after Amy, who has no lag at all, as Tom has pointed out, called Life by the Drop. My battery is dying. I have to replace the battery on this tuner. However, I have another tuner. You know why I have so many tuners? Because they get eaten by the tuner cabra, the legendary mythological creature that eats tuners. There we go. You want to be in tune when you sing about 6 possums stuffed into a trench coat. At least I do. 2, 3, and... Possums in a trench coat come to tea. Sit right at a table like you and me. Do they want another biscuit? Better give them 3, 'cause I'm not really a guy that 6 possums in a trench coat. There goes the cat. She's fled. Possums in a trench coat go to town. Got themselves an Uber, couldn't flag it down. The driver wouldn't stop, no, he just kept on going, 'cause he didn't want to drive 6 possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat see a show. Do you give them just one seat or the entire front row? Do the possums in the middle just peek out through the buttons? Man, I got so many questions for 6 possums in a trench coat. Bridge. Boing. Possums in a trench coat on a date. Got there 20 minutes early, couldn't stand to be late. Everything turned out to go much better than expected, 'cause the day turned out to be 6 possums in a caftan. I need to get a caftan drawn. 6 possums in a caftan. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. 6 possums in a caftan. And we're off and running, building the callus on the side of my thumb. I eventually will have a built-in guitar pick, just of callus built up on the edge of my thumb here. And it's all because of my poor technique. And the fact that when I was learning how to do this, I had this instrument in a room at work. And I could brush the strings lightly, hear it, and it wouldn't carry. But if you used a pick, or your finger, which most ukulele technique people will tell you, you strum using the tip of your index finger. And that's like your whole damn hand moving like that. And and my fingernails already have the structural integrity of damp cardboard, so, why risk it further? So that is why. So when I strum with my thumb, it's light. It's very light, soft sound. So to make it loud, I just have to do it harder, which builds up the callus on my thumb, and there we are back to where we started. But anyway, possums in a trench coat, the 6 possums in question. Still dig that day. Still very happy with that picture. All right, so what else is going on? Tomorrow is tax day. I understand that there are still some things in place, and you can, in fact, push out a bit further if you need to, because we are still in the middle of a freaking pandemic. This year, I owe taxes. Big shock. But we already have that more or less lined up. So here's to everyone. Those of you who have gotten it done, good on you. Those of you who need to get it done, contact the IRS now and ask for the extension now. Ask for more of an extension than you think you need, because you can always surprise them in a good way, as opposed to the other way around. Okay. The next song is actually kind of topical. You may find this hard to believe, but it is kind of topical because it is FISHPUNCHER the Octopus, another song that was suggested. This one by Ariel or Mad Tom. And here's why it's topical. This is your octopus update. A oceanographer in Western Australia was assaulted, and I mean beat up by, an octopus. It's bad. It's bad on the part of the oceanographer. He's okay now. Mostly he was emotionally shook up because, well, you get beat up by an octopus, you're going to carry that trauma with you for a while. But that did inspire me to write another verse for the song FISHPUNCHER the Octopus, which is now makes it a 4-verse song, which means it's coming very close to actually being an actual song as opposed to a doofy one-off that I came up with. Yes. This tuner a lot of tuners just have kind of a little dial and you just kind of see right in the middle. This one has a lot of like real serious granularity to it. And it also has a microphone as well as a vibration thing. So I can actually sing into it and it will tell me what note I'm singing, which has come in handy writing some of these songs. I can figure out what's going on. But meanwhile, in the ocean... Whoa! Fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus pugilist. He wants to start a fight, don't know how to do it right. Oh, fish puncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus pugilist. He hasn't got a beef, beats up fish just to get relief. Oh, fish puncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Bridge. Hey. Sea time. Oh, fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus pugilist. When he feels he's in a stew, he'll punch oceanographers too. Punch puncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fish puncher the octopus punches fish. Fish puncher the octopus pugilist. He wants to pick a fight. He's got all night. Fish puncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fish puncher the octopus. He punches. He punches. Fish puncher the octopus. Punches. He punches. Fish. I just enjoy that one. I don't know. This could become a new dance craze, the fish puncher dance. It's like a mosh pit, only aquatic. Speaking of mosh pits, total aside, total segue, not related to anything else. Those of you who have listened to THUD Bukit's album, WTAF, available on thudbucket.bandcamp.com and anywhere that has the word music in its name, there's a track on there which, because this is a family-friendly show, I will call Happy GFY. And one of the things that we note in the song is that one of the things that metalheads do to enjoy themselves is to go get in the pit. Now, there is a cruise, or has been a cruise pre-pandemic, and there will be a cruise again post-pandemic, called 70,000 Tons of Metal, and it is a metalhead cruise. Stay with me on this, okay? Like many other metal concerts, there is, or on many on several in this venue, there's a mosh pit, and apparently it has become a thing that one of those mosh pits becomes a pillow fight mosh pit. They bring their own pillows from on shore. They don't sacrifice the pillows on the boat. But this great churning mass of people and feathers going everywhere. And I really want to see if there's footage that we can use in our Happy GFY video of that occasion. That's that segue out of the way. Because, you know, I think it's neat, and I hope you might think it's neat too. So, third song. We're going to calm down. Those two are really big up-tempo songs. We're going to end huge, by the way. We're going to end big. But I need a little breather here, because that was a lot of eighth notes and 16th notes and choppy bits. And so, hey, we're still in tune. So what I'm going to do is I am going to segue over to our good friend and one of my saints. He's alive, but he's still a saint. Plush pit, exactly. Mr. James Buffett. Because when I started this whole thing, I noted that I can't sing like Leon Redbone, but I can sing like Jimmy Buffett trying to sing like Leon Redbone. And it brings up this lovely song. Once I remember where the chords are. I don't have the little dun dun dun, but we'll just go. We'll fake our way through it. There you go, Ruth. There's your train wreck for the day. Maybe if we're lucky. Well, now they make new movies in old black and white with happy endings where nobody fights. So if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up and show your age. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind, a two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket, and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. Oh, I remember being buck-toothed and skinny, writing fan letters to Sky's niece Penny. Well, I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. Well, it's a bandstand Disneyland, growing up fast. There you go, drinking on a fake ID. Well, the Rama of the jungle was everyone's Moana, and only jazz musicians were smoking marijuana. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. But it's a flat top, dirty mop, copping a field, grubbing on the living room floor, so sore. Well, they send you off to college trying to gain a little knowledge, but all you want to do is learn how to score. Well, now I'm getting old, I don't wear underwear, I don't go to church, and I don't cut my hair, but I did. But I can go to movies and see it all there, the way that it used to be. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston Blackie kind, a two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket, and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. I could be anything that I wanted to be. Maybe a Sway Barrel Flynn or the Chic... Sway Barrel Flynn or the Chic of Araby. If I only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. Yeah, Brill cream, a little dabble do ya. I could do some cruising too. You ever just completely forget where the B minor chord is, and realize that you actually, well, actually the B flat chord, and realize that you actually need the B flat chord, and it's like, where the heck did it go? It's like, yada yada da yada da 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 yada da da da. I'm such in a hurry, I forgot where this was. That's it. Okay. Well, that is, of course, the sacred disclaimer of the Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show. I am not very good at this. So, there is that. Thank you all for bravely staggering along with me. If I hold this up often enough, this might actually get chosen as the thumbnail for this video. I'm not counting on it, but it could happen. I'll probably do this. I find me like one moment where I have like one eye open, one eye closed, and I'm picking my nose or something equally dignified. So, we now come, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentlethems, and inexplicable cryptids, the moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, the last song. The Tobias the Adequate Troubadork show for the day. And, I did say I was going to end big, and of course I'm going to end big, because we like to have the last song being like, big, boom, exciting song. And having given it considerable thought, I knew that we had to go with Kaiju Coffee, which features chunking, by the way. Chunking, in this case, in the case of a sharp now. Chunking, in ukulele terms, is when you mute the strings and do that. Now, over the last few months, when I try this, what I try to do is I wind up trying, instead of trying to chunk with just the side of my thumb, which sounds about right, I've been trying to use my nails, which have the structural integrity of damp cardboard. I'm going to try and use the side of my thumb again. Besides, I've got a really nice callus here, a built-in guitar pick, as we call it. Let's find out. Here we go. Kaiju Coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju Coffee helps them not fall asleep. From the depths of the sea to the city downtown, Kaiju gotta get up and start roaming around. But that decades-long slumber is real hard to shake off. What they need is a gallon of that bubbly black stuff. Kaiju Kerchunka, Kaiju Coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju Coffee helps them not fall asleep. Just because you're a giant don't mean that you don't have needs. Sometimes some liquid ambition helps you perform great deeds. You gotta level the city first thing in the AM. You need a tanker-sized latte to get you going again. Kaiju Coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju Coffee helps you not fall asleep. Giant robot do, and then a kaiju does too. You gotta have a big jolt from 10 gallons of brew. Kaiju cannot breathe fire if their stove isn't lit. Chuck on a macchiato and that flame will not quit. Kaiju Coffee, rising up from the deep. Kaiju Coffee helps them not fall asleep. Kaiju Blackout Pyro, I have no budget. Thank you for coming. And there we have it, folks. Once again, we have all made it. Those of us who are still with us, to the end of yet another reasonably successful Tobias the Adequate Troubadork non-commute pandemic coping mechanism show here in an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas, in the house known as Odoroki, in the room known as Away. Thank y'all for hanging out with me again. We will, of course, continue to do this until such time as there are better plans. As a side note, we did go visit the Sherwood Forest Fair this last weekend on Saturday, and people are being fairly reasonable. It is incredibly people-y out there, and if you have not been in a place that is incredibly people-y for the last, I don't know, year and a half because of a freaking pandemic, it can be a bit of a challenge. But I am going to pitch the Troubadork show as a limited engagement for Sherwood, and possibly also for the Sherwood Celtic Festival, which is a one-day thing. And I'm also going to pitch it to Scarborough, and we'll see what happens. I make no guarantees. I have absolutely no clue how it's going to go. We are still all in what is known as a rapidly evolving situation. But let's talk real quick about money, because, of course, we do live in a capitalistic society. Tip jars over here. Thank you to Eric, Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda for throwing some bucks at me at paypal.me/theadequate or Venmo @theadequate. I want to thank my astonishing Patreon patron peeps: Jen, Joe, Alexi, Alston, Chris Teppo, Shay, Linda, Ann, Stephen, Rob, Alicia Relli, BK, Richard, Brian, and Lorene, and all Patreon patrons past and present for supporting adequacy in our lifetime. Without you, I would not be as motivated to continue to provide what I hope is quality content. My goal is to live up to the expectations of my Patreon people. It could happen. Maybe. You can find me on the internets at theadequate.com. I am at theadequate on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Tobias the Adequate, TikTok, and Tumblr. SoundCloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre has a new track on it, The Cosmic Mix of Space Burrito, Burrito in Space. THUD Bucket is out there everywhere, but you can also find us on Facebook and on YouTube, where we have 4 videos, and we're looking at doing more because, well, what else are you going to do during this period? I don't know. It's either that or, take up painting Warhammer miniatures. And one of those 2 things is slightly less expensive, and we're trying to work out which one that is. And that's enough out of me. With a lighter head, reasonable lighting, the oldest, rattiest t-shirt I own, and a chair which has stood up to a surprising amount of abuse over the last year and a half. But we will see you tomorrow. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be kind. Be careful. Be silly. Be brave. Be prepared for people to build things in a couple of rooms over. Someone is. Y'all have been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate. Thank you for encouraging my behavior, and I will see you all